My name is Zoe Martinez. At least that's who I thought I was. I grew up in the city, middle class, normal childhood. I was the oldest of three kids. My dad, Richard, was an engineer. My mom, Karen, was a teacher. My brothers, Ethan and Lucas, were 21 and 19. We lived a comfortable life. I looked different from them. I always had. They were all dark hair, olive skin, brown eyes. My dad's Mexican heritage was obvious in them. I had red hair, green eyes, fair skin with freckles. Growing up, people constantly asked if I was adopted. My parents would laugh it off. She gets it from my grandmother, my mom would say. Irish genes skip generations. I believed it. Why wouldn't I? These were my parents. This was my family. Sure, there were moments, times when my dad seemed distant with me in ways he wasn't with my brothers, when he'd joke about me being the different one, when he'd say things like, "Well, you're your mother's daughter," in a tone I couldn't quite read, but I told myself I was imagining it, that I was being sensitive, that I was looking for problems that didn't exist. I was wrong. The problems existed. I just didn't know how deep they went. 3 months ago, my dad got really into genealogy. He bought one of those ancestry DNA kits, spit in a tube, sent it off, said he wanted to learn more about his Mexican heritage, maybe find some distant cousins. Should we all do it? My mom asked nervously. Nah, just me for now, Dad said. These things are expensive. Mom looked relieved. I didn't think anything of it at the time. The results took 6 weeks. When they came back, Dad was acting weird, quiet, spent a lot of time in his office. Mom was jittery, anxious. I thought maybe they were having marriage problems. Then came Sunday dinner, a regular Sunday. I'd brought wine and dessert. We were having pot roast, Mom's specialty. Everyone was quiet, tension I couldn't identify. Ethan kept looking at his phone. Lucas was pushing food around his plate. Mom wasn't eating at all. So, Dad, Ethan said, clearly trying to fill the silence, how'd that DNA test turn out? Find out you're royalty or something. Dad put down his fork and looked at Mom. She closed her eyes. Actually, Dad said slowly, there was something interesting in the results. I took a sip of wine, expecting a fun story about a third cousin in Mexico or something. The test included a family matching feature, Dad continued. It compares your DNA to other people in their database, shows how you're related. That's cool, I said. Did you find any relatives? I did. Ethan and Lucas both swabbed and uploaded their results too, just to see. I looked at my brothers. You guys did it too? They wouldn't meet my eyes. Yeah, Lucas said quietly. Dad asked us to last week. Something cold settled in my stomach. Why didn't I know about this? Dad looked directly at me. His face was stone. Because according to the DNA match, Ethan and Lucas are my biological sons. You are not my biological daughter. The room went silent. Complete, absolute silence. I could hear the kitchen clock ticking. What? I said. The word came out wrong. Broken. The DNA test shows no genetic relationship between us, Dad said. Each word careful, measured, devastating. You don't share any DNA with me, or with your brothers, or with any of the Mexican relatives in the database? I looked at my mom. She was crying silently, her hands covering her mouth. Mom? My voice was shaking. What is he talking about? She didn't answer, she just kept crying. This is insane, I said, looking around the table. There has to be a mistake. Those tests aren't always accurate. We ran it twice, Dad interrupted. Different companies, same results. You're not biologically mine. So what are you saying? I asked. That I'm what? Adopted? That's what I'm trying to find out, Dad said. He turned to Mom. Karen, tell her. Mom was shaking. Richard, please, tell her, now, or I will. Ethan pushed his chair back. Dad, maybe we should stay, Dad commanded. He looked at me. Your mother had an affair 25 years ago. You are the result of that affair. The room tilted. Everything tilted. What? I whispered. Mom was sobbing now. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, Zoe, I never meant. You're not my daughter, Dad said. His voice was flat, cold. You're the product of your mother's infidelity. I've been raising another man's child for 24 years. Richard, she's still, Mom started. She's still what? Our daughter. She's not mine. She's evidence of your betrayal. Every time I look at her, I see what you did. I was crying now. Couldn't help it. Dad, please, I didn't know. I didn't. Don't call me that, he said sharply. I'm not your dad. I never was. Richard, Mom stood up. You can't. I can. This is my house. She's not my child. I don't want her here. I looked at Ethan, at Lucas. You guys knew about this. Dad told us yesterday, Ethan said quietly. He wanted us to hear it from him first. And nobody thought to tell me? To warn me? We thought. Lucas's voice broke. We thought maybe he'd change his mind, that he wouldn't actually hide. Get out, Dad said to me. I want you to leave. Richard, she's our daughter, Mom screamed. I don't care what the DNA says, she's ours. She's not mine, and I'm done pretending. I stood up. My legs were shaking so badly I almost fell. So that's it? 24 years and you're just erasing me. You were never really here, Dad said. You were a lie I believed. Now I know the truth, and I'm choosing to stop living the lie. I looked at my mom. She was reaching for me. Zoe, please, let's talk. Did you know? I asked her. This whole time, did you know? She didn't answer, didn't have to. The guilt on her face told me everything. Oh my God, I said. You knew. You've known my whole life that he wasn't my real father, and you never told me. I hoped it wouldn't matter. I thought he'd never find out. You thought you could just hide it forever? My voice was rising. You thought I didn't deserve to know the truth about who I am. I was protecting you. You were protecting yourself. I grabbed my purse. Both of you. You were protecting your perfect family image while I lived a lie. Zoe, Ethan stood up. Don't, I said. Just don't. I walked to the door, turned back one last time. My dad, the man who raised me, who taught me to ride a bike, who walked me to my first day of school, was staring at his plate, wouldn't look at me. My mom was crying. My brothers looked devastated, and I was nobody, a stranger in my own family. I left, got in my car and drove to my apartment, and tried to process the fact that my entire life was a fabrication. The first week was a blur. I called in sick to work. I turned off my phone, stayed in my apartment. I looked in the mirror for hours, trying to see myself differently, trying to see the stranger my DNA said I was. Red hair, green eyes, fair skin. No trace of the Martinez family, because I wasn't a Martinez. I was what? Who? My mom called several times. I didn't answer. She texted, Please call me. We need to talk about this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Please let me explain. Your father needs time. He'll come around. Zoe, please. You're still my daughter. I didn't respond because I didn't know what to say. What do you say to the woman who lied about your existence for 24 years? My brothers texted, Are you okay? We're worried about you. I wrote back, We or you and Lucas, because Dad made it clear I'm not part of we anymore. You're still our sister. DNA doesn't change that. Tell that to Dad. I replied. Lucas sent a long message. I don't know what to say. This is fucked up. Dad's being cruel. Mom's a mess. I miss you. Please come to dinner next Sunday. I laughed. Actually, I laughed. Come to dinner? Where Dad could remind me I don't belong. No thanks. On day 4, I had a breakdown. Went through all my childhood photos, looking for signs, clues I'd missed. There, Dad at my kindergarten graduation. Smiling, but was it forced? Had I just never noticed? There, family vacation when I was 7. Everyone tanned. Me in full sunscreen, burned anyway. They joked about it, made fun of my vampire skin. Had they known even then? There, my high school graduation. Dad's arm around me. But his smile didn't reach his eyes. Had he already suspected? Every memory was contaminated, rewritten. What I thought was love might have been resentment. What I thought was family might have been obligation. I was a lie they all lived with. And only I didn't know. A week later, I got a text from my aunt. Hi, Zoe. This is your Aunt Linda. I heard what happened. I'm so sorry. If you want to talk, I'm here. I've known the truth for a long time. I wanted to tell you, but it wasn't my place. I'm sorry. Everyone knew, everyone but me. I texted back, Who is my real father? Linda, that's a conversation you need to have with your mother. But Zoe, whoever he is, Richard raised you. He was your father, regardless of biology. What he's doing now is unforgivable. Don't let his cruelty make you doubt your worth. But it was too late. I already doubted everything. 2 weeks after the dinner, I finally agreed to meet my mom. She came to my apartment. She looked terrible. Dark circles, weight loss. She was falling apart. Part of me felt satisfied. Good. Let her suffer. She'd lied for 24 years. Another part of me just felt sad. This was my mom, the woman who bandaged my scraped knees, who helped me with homework, who taught me to bake, but also the woman who lied about who I was. Thank you for meeting me, she said, her voice hoarse. I didn't respond. I just waited. I need to tell you everything, she said. You deserve the truth. 24 years late. She flinched. You're right. I should have told you. I was wrong. I was a coward. So tell me now, who is my father? Mom took a shaky breath. His name was Connor. I met him at a teaching conference. Richard and I had been married 3 years. We were trying to get pregnant. It wasn't working. He was stressed about work. We were fighting a lot. So you had an affair. I had a moment of weakness. Connor was kind, attentive. We spent one weekend together. That was it. One weekend. I came home, felt guilty, and decided to never see him again, to fix my marriage. But you got pregnant. Yes. I took a test 4 weeks later. Positive. I was terrified. Because the timing. Richard and I had been intimate twice that month. But I'd been with Connor multiple times that weekend. I did the math, and I knew there was a strong possibility that I wasn't Richard's. Yes, but I prayed that you were, that the math was wrong, that somehow you'd be Richard's and everything would be fine. But I wasn't. I didn't know for sure. You could have been 50-50 chance. So I chose to believe you were his, chose to never confirm it, never question it, just move forward. You lied to him. You let him think I was his daughter when you knew I might not be. I know, it was wrong. But Zoe, he loved you. When you were born, he held you and cried. He was so happy. If I told him the truth then, he'd have left. Demanded a paternity test? And if it came back negative, he'd have what? Not loved me? Like he's doing now? Mom was crying. He did love you. For 24 years, he loved you. He was a good father to you. Was he? Or was he just going through the motions? Because looking back, Mom, he was always different with me. Colder, more distant. Did he suspect? I don't know. Maybe. He'd make comments sometimes about how you didn't look like us, how you were so different. But he never pushed it, never asked for a test. I think he didn't want to know, because knowing would force him to make a choice. And now he knows, and he chose. He chose to throw me away. He's hurt. He feels betrayed. He's hurt. My voice. He's hurt. What about me, Mom? I just found out my entire life is a lie. That my father isn't my father, that you've been lying to me since the day I was born, that everyone knew but me. I'm the joke, the secret, the evidence of your mistake. You're not a mistake. Yes, I am. That's exactly what I am. I'm the product of a weekend affair that you've been hiding for a quarter century. I'm the lie that destroyed your marriage. I'm the reason Dad doesn't want me anymore. That's not true. It is true. He said it himself. Every time he looks at me, he sees your betrayal. I'm not his daughter, I'm your shame, and now that's all I'll ever be. Mom reached out for my hand. I pulled away. Zoe, please. I know I can't undo what I did. I know I can't give you back what you lost, but you're still my daughter. You're still Ethan and Lucas's sister. You're still you. DNA doesn't change that. It changed everything for Dad. Your father is being cruel. He's lashing out because he's hurt. But that doesn't mean you did anything wrong. You're innocent in all of this. Then why do I feel so guilty? Mom didn't have an answer for that. What about Connor? I asked. My biological father. Where is he? Does he know about me? Mom looked down. He died 6 years ago. He had a heart attack. I saw the obituary online. Something in me broke. So I can never meet him, never know him, and never get answers. I'm sorry. Did he have other kids? Do I have half siblings somewhere? According to the obituary, he had 2 daughters. They'd be in their 20s now. I don't know their names. 2 daughters. I had sisters I'd never meet. Family I'd never know. This is so fucked up, I whispered. I know, baby. I'm sorry. If I could go back and change it, but you can't. So here we are, with me having no idea who I am, no father, 2 families I don't belong to, and a lifetime of lies I have to somehow process. We sat in silence. Finally, I asked, Does Dad want to see me? Ever? Mom's face told me the answer before she spoke. He's not ready. He's angry. He feels betrayed. He's saying things like he wasted 24 years on someone else's child, that every dollar he spent on you, every moment he gave you, was based on a lie. So that's a no. Zoe, give him time. How much time, Mom? How long do I wait for him to decide I'm worth loving despite not sharing his DNA? Because I gotta tell you, it seems like his love had conditions I never knew about. And now that those conditions aren't met, I'm disposable. I stood up. Thanks for telling me the truth. Finally, even if it's 24 years late, even if it destroyed my entire sense of self, at least now I know. Please, we need to figure out how to move forward. There is no we, Mom. You made sure of that when you decided lying was easier than honesty. Enjoy your real family, the one that actually shares your DNA. I left her crying in the sitting room. Here's where I am now. I changed my name. Legally, I'm no longer Zoe Martinez. I'm Zoe Connor. Took my biological father's last name, the man I'll never meet. It felt right somehow, like claiming the truth, even if the truth is incomplete. I don't talk to my dad. He's made no effort to reach out. Neither have I. According to Ethan, Dad's doing okay. I talk to my mom occasionally, brief conversations, strained. She wants me to forgive her. I'm not ready. Maybe I never will be. She made a choice that defined my existence, and she lied about it for 24 years. That's not something you just get over. Ethan and Lucas visit sometimes. They're trying. They insist I'm still their sister, that they love me. That blood doesn't matter. I appreciate it. I do. But it's hard, because every time I see them, I see what I'm not. I see the family I don't actually belong to,